What I want to do is get it under that thing. Get it right there. Ooh, there's a bite. Oh, that's a fish. That's a fish, first cast. That's probably a catfish though. You feel like a catfish. Oh, big crappie. Big crappie. Oh, big crappie. Oh, come on. Guys, big crappie. Guys, look at that big crappie, first cast. Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Max Extreme River Fishing and Outdoors. Today, I'm gonna do a short video on the way I like to fish. It's extremely effective and it's fun. It's fishing with crappie poles. These brim poles, crappie poles. I use them mostly for crappie. You're thinking of crappie poles, so he's talking about long poles with guys on them where you use like a small ultralight reel or underspin reel. I've got them too, but no, I'm talking about extendable crappie poles, fiberglass telescoping poles. Awesome way to fish, fun way to fish, very effective way to fish. And you're probably thinking, why would somebody with a bunch of rods and reels like to fish with crappie poles? Like I've said, they're fun. It's extremely fun way to fish. When that long crappie pole bends and flexes, it's just a fun way to fish. It's a fun way to catch them. Number two is very effective. These are awesome bank or boat fishing tight cover. So you've got two trees sticking out of the water, two bushes sticking out of the water. But bank or boat, if you can reach it, you can just set it right there in the middle of them. If you cast, you can get hung up, have to lose your line, mess the spot up by shaking that bush or shaking that tree. You can just set it right down in there. Just precise fishing. Alright guys, now these crappie poles come in lengths from, I've got them 8 to 20 feet long. They're probably the most common size is 12 to 14 feet. And I don't know for sure, but I'd probably bet they make them longer than 20 feet. I'm going to check into that because I may want one longer than 20 feet soon. But I've got them 8 to 20 feet. I'm going to show you the smallest one first. It's one made by Coleman. They've all got corks or rubber stoppers at the end. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections long. Extends out to 8 feet. Now 8 feet is kind of a more unique one for special applications. Normally you're going to want one 10 or 12 feet long. But I saw this one. I bought it. I liked it. That's an 8 foot long one. Most of them have line keepers. I don't know if you can see that. You wrap your line around this one. This one isn't rigged, so there's no line on it. This is a 10 foot one, the Zebco Crappie Classic. It didn't come with a line keeper, but if it don't come with a line keeper, you can make your own line keeper by paper clips. Bend half the paper clip up, wrap tape around it, electrical tape. That one's 10 feet. I've got two 12 footers. This one is a crappie pole made by Pro Striker. It's got a line keeper. See, I've got this one rigged up. This is probably my favorite one, probably one I've had the longest, probably about 30 years, is a Zebco Crappie Stick. Now it didn't come with line keeper, so I've got the paper clip rigged up. Awesome way to fish, love that pole. Now this is the Mama Jamba one of them. It's a 20 foot Okuma. It's called the Panfish Classic. I don't know if you can see that. No, but it's a Panfoot Classic, 20 feet, 6 sections. You know, like I said, what's nice about these, 20 foot long, this thing, it's just barely over 3 foot long when it's compacted down. So you can take a couple of these fishing with you, put them in the car, behind the truck seat, doesn't matter. Great way to fish, compact, and they store easy. That's the big advantage of them. Let's talk for a second about where you want to fish these. You can fish these anywhere. You can fish these in open water. Doesn't matter, but they're really effective in tight cover. Where, like I said, you've got two bushes, two trees, two stick-ups, whatever, and you want to fish right in the middle of them, you just set it down. As long as you can get close enough to it with your boat or on the bank, you can sit right down into it. The advantage is if you don't have to cast, casting is not as precise. These things are precise. You can drop it right down in there. Another advantage, like in lily pads, you can pull up the edge of the lily pads, and if you can reach 3 or 4 holes from it, you can flip it. You can dip it in one hole, dip it in the next one, dip it in the next one. You're not casting and spooking the fish on the edge of them holes. So it's really effective, really a precise way of fishing heavy cover. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one, guys. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Big old mouth one too. Get a mouth on that sucker. Now, I just mentioned heavy cover. How do you want to rig your line? Well, all these ends of them, where they've got 5, 6 sections in them, they have an eye on the end. You'll use monofilament fluorocarbon line. You're thinking, well, crappie fishing or brim fishing, probably want 4, 6, 8 pound line. No, you want to go as heavy as you can. I use at least 14-pound fluorocarbon line and gold wire hooks. The reason I use the heavy line and the light gold wire hooks is the heavy line, if you hang up that hook on a lily pad stem, which are tough, or a piece of brush or root, you pull that heavy line and that gold wire hook will bend. You get your whole rig back. If you're using light line, you're going to break half your rig off or your whole rig off. Even if you break half off, you got to retie a whole rig, and the other part of your line's in the water, messing up your spot. You're going to keep tangling up in the spot if you've been catching fish in that spot. So use heavy line, at least 14-pound line, light gold wire hooks. Now, how much line do you want to use on these? Like I said, I've got them 8 to 20 feet long. Let's take 12 foot, it's probably the most common size. 12 foot, you want 11 to 13 foot of line. No more, no less. Makes it awkward. Too short's awkward, too long's awkward. So whatever length pole you got, you want that length of line, give or take a foot. Like I said, use heavy line, light gold wire hooks. And one advantage, like I've already mentioned, a gold wire hook is it'll bend. You get your whole rig back, and you can bend it back. And I've done that a bunch of times and bend it back, keep catching crappie. Now, big bass might bend it back out, whatever, but you can keep getting your rig back. But another big advantage of the gold light wire hook is it doesn't hurt the minnow as bad. It's smaller diameter, so it's not as damaging to the minnow. Your minnow's more lively. He's not moving around a heavier hook, and he's not as damaged from a heavy hook. Okay, when you got this thing rigged up with the length of line about the length of your pole and the light wire hook, you can use a tube jig with a light wire hook. Now, tube jig helps sometimes too, because you can put a flashy tube jig on it and then hook a minnow through the lips, so that adds a little attractant to it. A lot of times I use a spray on the minnow, even the minnow or the tube jig, but I normally use these with a cork, 2 to 6 foot deep. I don't like a sliding cork. I like a fixed cork, small cork. So if I'm fishing these 2 to 6 foot deep, I use a split shot, 6 inches to a foot above the hook. That keeps your minnow down, keeps him from wandering over and into the brush as well. Precise way of fishing. Here he goes, he's got it, he's got it. He had it, here he goes. Got it, woo. Ooh, that's a fighter. That's a fighter. That's a fighter. Nice. Nice. Hey guys, thanks for watching this short video. Crappie poles, extending telescoping crappie poles is an awesome way to fish. Very effective way to fish, fun way to fish. I'll put the links to some of my crappie poles in the description, but they may not even make my crappie poles anymore. I've had them so long. If they don't, I'll put some links to some newer ones in the description. Check them out. If you don't get them there, that's fine. Go to your local bait and tackle shop. Walmart's got some, a lot of times has got them, and good crappie areas has them. Anyway, no matter where you get it, go get one. You'll have fun. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching.